Okay, now I'm going to talk about what I think is actually probably the most important thing that has to be done on a regular basis here in Anzelgut 39. This is the sump pump. This is the pump that is the lowest point of the house, and all the water that gets drained, especially from the washing machine, from the sink here, and everything on the sort of lower will end up in here. Eventually, basically, the pump is in there. It's going to come and it's going to pump it up out into the to the street. But this is the lowest point. This is also one of these types of drains where you're going to get the most lint and the most kinds of stuff that could clog up the pump, because everything that you're washing is going to basically be ending up in here. To open it up, basically what I do is I have this little mat here from the garden shed, because it's tiles, you're going to hurt your knees. And then take the pliers here and just grab in here and then just pull. It can be sometimes a little bit tighter. That was fine. If it's a little bit tight, I can take the screwdriver and then just crack it as well. This is the sump pump. So basically, this is actually very clean right now because we had cleaned it before and we haven't been using the washing machine. But you'll see this little black part on the floater. That will be all covered in scum and lint and whatnot. So you'll see how this works is quite straightforward. It's sort of like a toilet. Once the water fills up to a certain level, the floater will hit and trigger a lever to start the pump. I'll do it manually here by pulling this up, and you'll see that basically it will start to drain all the water. Right, so I can dump that back down, and that's how that works. To clean it, it's quite simple, and actually you're killing two birds with one stone in the way we do it now is taking it from the main water from the that's coming into the house. So that means it's coming with a massive amount of pressure, and that is right here behind the washing machine. You've got this filter, and you've got a hose that's already hooked up. Everything's all set and ready to go. So it's quite straightforward. It's not a lot of work, but it is the most important thing to get done. So as said, this hose is already hooked up. I'm going to basically pull this forward. It might have a little bit of water in it because I tried to test it out before. But you're basically going to put the hose in here. You will keep your hands on the hose because this is, like I said, a massive amount of pressure that's coming in. And in order to start the water, you're going to basically take this lever here, and it doesn't look like a faucet, but it is. And you're going to basically slowly start to turn this here. I said you keep your hands on the hose because I've turned it slightly, and you'll see that water is going to start coming out here in a very, very little bit. But turned it a little bit more, and you can see water is coming out quite just a little bit. When I turn this lever all the way, it's going to be a massive amount of pressure. I'm going to actually try to do this on my own here. So I'm going to put my foot here, right, and then I'm going to turn it on. So that was a demonstration effect if you're not using both hands. As you saw that the water flew up here all over the place. That's never really happened, but I'm trying to hold a camera and do this at the same time, and that makes things extremely difficult. So I'm going to dry this off and then basically get back to here. You'll see that the water is full here, and I take this up a couple of times and basically let it drain out. When you've got the water on at a sort of a halfway normal level, you see this is really starting to suck water out. And you can basically hear it up there getting pumped out. So with this water, I'm going to try to do it a little bit more gentle this time, but it is good to use it with the high pressure because that really does clean up all the stuff. I'm going to just show you here with a little bit of a lower pressure by turning the thing here slightly, right? It's not as strong as before. A little bit of water's coming out. Picture doing this in extreme high pressure. You're going to basically try to just skirt all around there. It's gross, but yes, take your hand, basically massage a little bit on the side, get the dirt and the grime off because it is a lot of slime. And then you got water here, so you can wash your hands off afterwards anyway, and get that done and all taken care of. When you do this, you will notice that this spring will also start to come and condense. That's actually cleaning the filter of the water that's coming into the house. There's a little, I just filled it up again. There's a little channel, basically a little pipe that comes into here where everything does drain out to. I can actually take this hose and I can actually sort of stick it in there somehow, and that just makes things, just gets the rest of the scum and all this stuff out that needs to be done. Like I said, my experience is I'm doing this basically, once or twice a year. But if you notice that things start to smell down here a little bit, and it's just still stagnant water, maybe you've been on vacation or been gone for a little bit of time, that things will go. I'm going to try this one more time just to show you. Having sprayed the whole place, I'm going to stick it in that channel and then put this on to protect it from squirting out all over the place. But basically, one more time trying to turn this thing on full blast. And you'll notice down here that when you do that, you'll see the filter condense down. And right now it's a massive amount of pressure, and then you're going to turn that off. So it's actually pretty good. You'll see this thing is filled up a little bit already. You'll see some stuff floating around in there. That's the kind of stuff that you want to get out, get it into the drain, and get it out to the street so that this does not get clogged.